Your life is in your hands now. I'm recording this video for me, but you may really find a lot of value out of it. I'm talking about what's going on in the world now. We're in a very different place. Our world is shifting. Our world is changing. A lot of people know that and know what's going on, and a lot of people know on a deeper level, a bigger picture idea of what's going on, as I know. But I'm not talking about it quite as much because it's really, it's embarrassing. It's really weird for me. How could I have some information that might help people that would talk about what's going on in our world? But I will do it anyway, because I have to, because I have the information. We're moving through a change. We've done this in our civilizations, in our societies. As long as people have existed, we have done this. We go through changes, and then a lot of times we use chaos, which is what's occurring now. Because see, in the chaos, then you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice of who you are. And I'm saying that you have control of your life. It has nothing to do with anyone else. It has nothing to do with anything that's going on in the world. It has nothing to do with your family. None of that. It's you. And there's something within you that you've not been willing to own. You've not been willing to acknowledge. You've not been willing to put out in the world. And that's why the world looks a little crazy. Because you have not been willing to own who you are. Of course, I'm talking to myself. And I know that. But it's you as well. We all have the same ability, power. We're born with it. It's equal. But we don't know that. So then what happens is, as we live, we, in our societies, in our cultures, in our countries, whatever, we start to form these beliefs about who we believe we are. But we don't realize a lot of times that we're being affected by something called the unconscious collective. The unconscious collective. And that means we have an unconscious. A collective unconscious means, all the crap that's been put into our brains, we've been carrying around for a long time. We've been carrying around for centuries. We don't have any memory of that, but it's there. And so each of us are going to move through that in different ways. For me, I have, especially at this time, this memory of being put down because of the color of my skin. That's in there. It's not possible for us not to have those feelings in there. We're energy beings. And so energetically, we are connected to whoever came before. Our DNA, our ancestors, it's all connected. And so what's happening, we're feeling that now. But the only way we're going to know if we're living our life purpose, because we each have one, and it's guided by the actions that we take. And when we do that, we put it into the world. So each of us has to look inside and go, what am I here to do? What am I offering to the world? Am I offering something that's going to make a difference? And every single time, what it's going to be, when you answer that question, if you can answer it honestly, it's going to be what you believe about yourself and what you believe you're here to do. That's all. It never has anything to do with anyone else. So this morning, my Wilhelm gave me the message of you stop lying to yourself. When you cannot lie and be happy. So when we're saying that we're not capable, we can't do something, or we can't make a difference, then we're lying. Because we know we've been given everything as everyone else. Our churches have told us that. Our religions have told us that. Why don't we believe it? You see, there's a collective unconscious that you're working against a lot of the time that you don't have any memory of. Now, I told you about a program that I put out. I couldn't talk about it, though, because it felt this is ridiculous. How is it working this well? I didn't do this. No, none of us have done that. We come in with information. We have connections to all the information that has ever existed. We just choose when we allow it to come in. I've been doing this for a long time, but I didn't understand exactly what I had. When I talked to everyone about my program, I couldn't tell you precisely what was in there. Now I know. My Wilhelm told me, we gave you everything. I said, that doesn't make any sense. And then they also said, you are supposed to bring together science, spirituality, and human development, human potential. We're all doing that. That's why the world looks different when we are born, when we come into it. It's not anything like it was 500 years ago, but we're moving through some energies that existed that long ago right now. I just want to talk about this because everybody's going to start to look at this, especially over the next few weeks. It's going to be a little crazier what we're going to see in our world. And so you have, why are you here? What are you here to offer? So what I know now is that I was given, and I didn't understand this before, but they said, listen, you're just using some of the energies, you're going to carry it forth, and it is from Carl Jung. I go, I've never studied them. I've never done any of that. And Abraham Maslow, oh yeah, I've never read him either. And then Adler, never studied him either. I don't know. But then I look at my writings, I look at everything that came through from Wilhelm, and it's there. And then I looked at I couldn't figure out the progress that so many people were making very quickly. And they said, well, of course, each are supposed to do that. You come into the world, you take on something that has been here before, you're inherited something from wherever. Everybody has the same access to infinite intelligence, and you decide to add your mix to it and make it better. That's how the world evolves. Except sometimes we don't believe that we can do that. We don't believe that we are the ones who could have received something. I didn't believe that. And so today I'm hearing, and I do this this happens all the time, so I'm not going to stop talking about it. I will hear direction very clearly. And today it was about this, I was watching something that was really challenging that's going on in the world, but then they said, just go find this message. And we told you in 2012. See, everything I was told in 2012 is your life operating instructions. They said, okay, so I'll find this message, and I'm going to put the text of that in the description in this video so you can have it, because this is what they need us to see now. They told us then that we would be moving through this now. See, that was too difficult for me to believe. How could I have been given something back then that I was meant to be using now? Well, I'm going to choose to believe that because I've seen the results. We don't know what we've been given. We try to hold on to some sort of belief. We don't even know. How can you hold on to your ideas about religion? How do you know they're correct? How do you know they're real? How do you know that anything is real unless you have some sort of result? Well, I've had a result, so I'm just going to go with my reality with that. You have yours. Your life is now in your hands. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.